Hello and welcome to the 83rd instalment of Raw and Score, the only podcast you can beat your friends at. I am the Quizzard, and if you've been listening recently, you probably know I've just gotten married. We've been planning the honeymoon lately, which I'm so pumped for. We're going to Africa. We're going on safari in Tanzania. We're going to Zanzibar. We're going to Cape Town and Victoria Falls. And I've always wanted to see the pyramids, so we're doing Egypt last. At work the other day, I heard the best news from a friend who's been there before. In Cairo, there's a goddamn KFC where you can sit and eat extra crispy chicken with a really good view of the pyramids. It's an actual possibility that I'll get to that KFC and decide that I will never leave. It's like better than Disneyland for me, and it's not even close. We are scoring out of 35 points as usual, with 20 single-point questions in the question round, a unbelievably hard question worth 5 points, a bonus round worth 5 points, and a game that we play throughout the question round, which is worth 5 points as well. This week, the game is Count a Word. This one's simple. I'm going to give you a word, and you need to count how many times I say it in the question round. It doesn't matter whether I say it in a question, in an answer, or when I'm just having a chat, you count it. If you get the count correct, you get 5 points at the end of the round. The word you're counting today is the word name, as in my name is the Quizzard. So don't forget to count how many times I say the word name in the question round, which is starting now. Question 1. What is the capital city of New Zealand? Wellington. Question 2. Panthera leo is the scientific name for which animal? The lion. Those pesky scientists are trying to throw you off by putting panther at the beginning of it. Question 3. Name the 3 Powerpuff Girls. The 3 Powerpuff Girls are Buttercup, Blossom, and Bubbles. Bubbles is my favourite. I mean, I was way too much of a manly kid to watch that show. I was watching Monster Trucks. Question 4. Who played the character Ray Barone in the series Everybody Loves Raymond? Ray Romano. Question 5. Which ex-rugby player went on to represent Canberra in the Senate from 2022? David Pocock. David has the perfect mix of hard-hitting politics and topless thirst traps on his Instagram. Question 6. Finish the lyric. Take on me, take on me, take me on, take on me, I'll be gone. What's next? I could just tell that sounded awful. It is in a day or two. If you couldn't understand, that is in a day or two. I really hope someone pulled up at like a red light with their windows wound down while playing that, and someone thought that that's just the music you like to listen to. Question 7. Jake Paul recently fought which ex-heavyweight boxing champion? He fought Mike Tyson, and it was honestly the least satisfying fight I've ever seen. Question 8. What distinctive feature on a warthog gives it its name? They have warts on their face, and they're also a hog. Thank God the people who came up with that name didn't meet me in high school. They 100% would have called me Pimple Boy. Question 9. Which company recently overtook Tesla to become the biggest seller of electric cars worldwide as of 2025? BYD or Build Your Dreams? I don't know why, but I just hate the name Build Your Dreams for a car brand. Question 10. What is the largest key on most computer keyboards? The space bar. I guess you could say it takes up a lot of space. Question 11. What is the slowest of the 4 Olympic swim strokes? It is breaststroke. How on earth is it not butterfly? I'm literally fighting for survival when I do butterfly and I still move 1 centimetre an hour. Question 12. Which sport is Usain Bolt most famous for? Sprinting or running. How good is it that his last name is Bolt? I honestly reckon your name can affect you in weird ways like that. My last name is McGoodkiss, ladies. Question 13. What is the most common blood type? It is O positive. Question 14. How many cards in a standard deck have numbers on them? Two through 10 all have numbers on them, and that's 9 cards. Times 4 for each suit is 36 cards. Question 15. In which city would you find the Golden Gate Bridge? San Francisco. Question 16. As of 2025, what is the highest grossing horror film of all time? It was the 2017 remake of Stephen King's It, which grossed over $700 million. Sixth Sense was second, if you're wondering. I guessed The Ring, which was number 37, so good guess, me. Question 17. Which 2 countries fought in the 100 Years' War? England and France. It went for 116 years and was triggered by a claim to the French throne. Question 18. What is the national animal of Nepal? It is the cow. Question 19. What is the square root of 169? And question 20, which pop star had a Las Vegas residency called Piece of Me? You want a piece of me? It was Britney Spears. Alright, that's it for the questions. But did you remember we were playing Count a Word? I asked you to count how many times I said the word name in the question round. Lock in your answer now. How many times did I say the word name? I actually said the word name 8 times. I said that Panthera leo is the scientific name for which animal? I asked you to name the 3 Powerpuff Girls. I said what features give warthogs its name, and then I said thank God the people who came up with that name didn't meet me in high school. I said I hate the name Build Your Dreams for a car brand for no good reason. I said how good is it that Usain Bolt's last name is Bolt? And then I said I actually think that your name can affect you in ways like that. And then I said that my last name was McGoodkiss. It actually seems like I purposely wrote this episode to have heaps of the word name in it, but it was legitimately just written like this before I'd even decided what word to count. I just like the word name today, I guess. Give yourself 5 points if you counted 8 names. Coming up in a moment, we have the really unbelievably stupidly hard trivia question and the bonus round of the episode. This week it is alphabet aerobics. I'll see you in a moment for that. We're back, and it's time for the question that's even harder than a million plus a million. The really, really hard trivia question. Alright, I've got a really hard question for you. If you can get this one right, you get 5 points. Here it is. Name the top 3 best-selling Marvel movies of all time in order as of 2025. So, the 3 best-selling Marvel movies of all time in order of how much they sold, not in chronological order. You must get the whole title correct, and you must be in correct order. If you switch up the second and third one, no bueno. Did I just say no bueno? I don't say no bueno. Sorry for that. Ten more seconds to lock in your answer. Okay, that's time. The 3 best-selling Marvel movies of all time in order are Avengers Endgame, that was number 1. Avengers Infinity War was number 2. And the third one was Spider-Man No Way Home. Give yourself 5 points if you're one of those weird Marvel adults who knows too much about Marvel. Moving straight along, we have the bonus round of the episode. This one is Alphabet Aerobics. In this game, I'm going to give you a letter of the alphabet, and I'm also going to give you 10 categories. You've got to name something that fits into each of those categories that starts with the letter of the alphabet that I give you. You get half a point for each one that you get, and you don't get much time to answer. As soon as I start reading the next category, you're out of time. It's too late to answer. Of course, you are the judge of this, but use the honesty system. No, if the letter's D and I say fruit and you say dumpleberry, it doesn't count. It's got to be real. You got to be honest. This week, your letter is the letter S. So I'm going to give you 10 categories, half a point. Name something that starts with the letter S with all of them. Alphabet Aerobics starting now. First one is a kids movie. Number 2, an article of clothing. Number 3, something you would find in the ocean. Number 4, something that runs on batteries. Number 5, a type of dinosaur. Number 6, a country's capital city. If anyone said Sydney, Sydney is not the capital of Australia. Question 7, a flavour of chips. Number 8, a TV show that's over 20 years old. Number 9, a video game. And finally, number 10, a movie that is a sequel. All right. Remember, you get half a point for each of them, so halve whatever you got in that round and add it to your total score, and that is it for this episode. It took me embarrassingly long when I was writing this to think of a flavour of chips that starts with S, like salt. Salt, Quizzard. Come on, salt and vinegar. There's so many. Well, 2. But still, they're the obvious ones. Anyway, don't forget, if you send me your name and score on Facebook or Instagram or Spotify or however you can reach me, I'll give you a shout out at the end of a show. This week, I've heard from Christy and Laura, who scored a 24 together. Rick and Nadia scored a 22. The Tarawood Propagators scored a 25. And I heard them say, there's no way the graphics department beat that. They suck. The graphics department are useless. But the graphics department showed them. They scored a 27 and won the rivalry this week. The Covina Yappers scored a huge 28. And Christian and Erin scored a 33.5. Yes, you heard correctly. That is another new high score by the reigning champs. They hit every single question except for 3 of the Transformer or Electric Artist sections. 3 50-50 questions away from a perfect score is actually insane. I now have faith that we'll see a perfect score in my lifetime. Well done, Aaron and Christian. You are absolutely the goats. I feel like I need to send you a prize or something. Stay tuned. Check your mailbox, even though I don't have your address. Thanks so much for listening. I'll see you next Monday with another episode of Raw and Score. Bye-bye.